I hope this video helps. Please check out the playlist, Evidence for Christianity, Evidence for the Bible, End Times, and the Book of Revelation. We'll leave links in the description for all four. Enjoy. So I got this closet here that I want to add a deadbolt and also hinges that are tamper-proof so that somebody can't just pop the hinges and get the door off. I want to make this little closet a place that I can put my valuable stuff and people can't get to it easily, at least. So let's go ahead and add the deadbolt and I'll show you what I got. So here's the keypad deadbolt that I got, and right there's the tamper-proof hinges. This is what they look like. They got bearings in them. It's designed so that nobody can just pop a pin out and get the hinge off. I did get these parts off of Amazon. I'll leave an Amazon list link in the description with any parts or tools that I use or the equivalent. I am an Amazon associate, so I do earn from any qualifying purchases when using my link. So I got all my parts here. There's the parts that go on either side of the door, the deadbolt, striker plate, hardware, keys. And this is going to be very important. It's a template that you'll be using on the door in order to know exactly where to drill your holes and what size to drill your holes. So let's get started. So I'll be taping this template to the door, and we need a 1-inch hole drill and a 2 1/8 inch hole drill, 54 millimeter for the big one and 25 millimeter for the little one. For some stupid reason, neither one of my hole drill kits have these sizes. I have no clue why, but I'll make sure to link the correct hole drill kit that you'll need for this job. I got my template on here. I just had to fold on this dotted line, and then I was able to get it sized up for the door that I have. So you need to figure out how wide your door is. Is it for 1 3/4 or is it for a 1 3/8 door? Mine is the 1 3/8 door, goes right to there. So I'm going to be using the inside hole here for this, and then for this over here, it's extendable. It can go from this size to that size depending on how you have your door set up and your lock set up. Now to show you how to adjust this if you need to. It's all the way in right now, so if you want to pull it out and extend it, you turn it this way, extend it, and turn it back, and then it locks. Then if you want to put it back, turn it up, go in, lock it. That's it. I asked AI and it told me typically the interior doors are set to 2 3/8 and the exterior doors are set to 2 3/4. I'm not sure how accurate AI is because this exterior door is also set to 2 3/8. I'm going to set mine to 2 3/8. This is an interior door. That's also where this handle is set. So now I want to hole punch my holes. I can take this off. Alright, so I grabbed my 2-inch. So maybe this 2-inch, if it's wobbly, it doesn't really matter. It needs a little extra room. So let's hope we can drill it straight. Oh my goodness, that was quick. Alright, let's go in. Alright, so we made it through half of the door. So let's hope we're nice and square here. That's what it looks like. It's a complete mess. But hey, that's what we're doing. So I just wanted to dry fit it here, and I put the keypad on there, and it fits perfect. So that 2-inch hole saw was exactly what it needed, not the 2 1/8. So I'm glad I did that. And looking at the other side, it actually looks pretty good. I thought it was going to be a little messier, but it came through just fine. Not a whole bunch of ripped off chunks. Everything looks good. So now let's drill our hole going through here. So once again, I'm just going to be hoping that I'm going straight in, because I'm not going to be using any kind of level or anything to make sure I'm going straight. Wow, that's not going in. I'm not really sure why I quit drilling in. That cheap door should just be going through it like butter. So I'm gonna clean off these teeth. I'm also gonna clean out what's inside there because maybe it's keeping keeping that plug from going up in there any further. Yeah, there might be something jammed up in there. Round 2. Well, I mean, it started off good again and then just stopped. So I'll clean off again. Alright, round 3. I'm not sure what I'm hitting there. Got it. Hey, if you want to support my channel, leave a super thanks below, or you can join Robinhood through a link in the description, and we'll both get some money for some stock. Or you can purchase this product through a link in the description. I'll get a little commission. Continue watching. Got my area all cleaned up here. Everything looks pretty nice. And I'm going to do a dry fit here, see how it's doing. I will have to chisel this area out so that the plate will be able to sit in a bit. The plate on this, I want it to be able to be sunk in. Alright, so it's going in like this. It's definitely tight. So with this hole, you probably do want the 1 inch. Alright, so I'm going to bore it out a bit. And I got my shop vac. I got my little shop vac there set up into the hole so that it'll suck all that dust up as I'm making it, because it's going to be dusty. Just going to kind of waller it out. Got it wallered out pretty good. See if that did it. Oh yeah, that was perfect. Alright, so you can't make a 7/8 inch bit work, and it'll be going in like this. And I need to chisel out this little area here for the plate. So it also came with this that you could have installed right there instead of this plate, but I decided to go with the plate. I want to get this as lined up the best I can, and then mark it. Alright, I'm just going to chisel at it a bit more and make sure it's in all the way. And a screwdriver is an approved means for chiseling, and since this wood is basically paper, you can just, if you got something sharp, you can just chisel it out by hand. Just make sure you don't slip and poke yourself in the eye or the hand somewhere. You don't need a approved chisel and hammer for this stuff. So I got it chiseled out enough that it should work now. It sinks it in for that that first gold part there. This black part clears the door jamb, and you don't want to go too far because you still need that hole to be right in the middle. So I'm gonna put this thing in first. Make sure you have the orientation correct. It says up right there in that top corner, so make sure it's up and slide it in there, and then put the screws in. Alright, next up is the keypad. So make sure your cable goes underneath the deadbolt, and then slide that into there. Alright, that's in. Next up, this plate. Make sure that you get your cable through here. And your rods are there. Bolt it through to the other side. So before we tighten anything up, make sure that this looks the way you want it. And then we can tighten that plate up in the back. Make sure also that this plate is straight up and down. If it's not, hold on to the keypad on the other side. Get this where you want it. Tighten it up. Nice and tight. Time to put this thing on. Take off your battery cover. You got 2 screws here and a screw down here. And the screws are already in there, so we just gotta plug in our wire here to the keypad. And mine here has a red mark and a red mark here to show you which way this goes. It also has notched out parts and tracks that makes it so you can only put it in there one way anyway. So get that plugged in. Make sure it's plugged in all the way. Make sure the cable is pushed inside there so you don't risk pinching it. And then leave it to where that cover there is on this metal part, because if it does any rubbing, you don't want it rubbing on the wires. Alright, so let's see. In unlock position, line up your rod here with this and slide it on, all while looking in here to make sure nothing pinches that cable. And everything looks good here, and it should lay flat, and that cable will be out of the way. Needs to be out of the way of this bottom screw too. Make sure it doesn't go that far down. So everything's lined up. Oh no, it's not. Now everything's lined up. Everything's on there. Sorry. OCD check. And screw in your screws now. They should be lined up. I gotta get a different screwdriver. This one won't do it. I gotta get one that's solid. It's on there. Quick functional test here. And wow, look, it works. So my door jamb doesn't have a hole for a deadbolt. So I need to figure out how to line this up and drill out a hole. But I'm not going to notch it out for the striker plate. I'm just going to screw the striker plate into the door jamb. It doesn't tell me how big to drill the hole for the deadbolt into the door jamb, but this 7/8 will work perfect, it looks like. So I need to figure out how to line this up with the door jamb so I know where to drill my hole for the door jamb. And my idea is to take some of this Play-Doh that I have here, put it on the door jamb, and then hopefully push that into it and make an imprint. There's a hole right there inside this deadbolt that'll kind of give me a sign on where the center is. Get this nice and flat so it doesn't catch the... Alright. Alright, looks like it lines up. I'll go ahead and squish it. Hopefully it doesn't stick to the... Oh, sweet. Stayed on the door jamb. Alright. Alright, there's our little nipple. Alright, right there's the spot where we need to mark. Right there. Get that plug out that's inside there. These inside doors really are just made of paper. This is just paper. So as you can see there, I've gone through the entire door jamb and I got it all cleaned out. Let's see how it does. Alright. Perfect. It's in there. Now I just got to get that striker plate put on. All right, let's see if it clears. All right, let's see. Perfect. All right, now let's see if it actually lined up. Where are my keys? There. Oh yeah, perfect. It's lined up and everything. Just gonna put the other screw in and I'm done. The other screw is in, everything is installed and working perfect. It is in there. Now all I have to do is program the keypad and fingerprint it, and then we're good to go. The setup instructions are really easy to follow, and I was able to get it all set up with a passcode, fingerprint, and also enabled the auto lock. And so far I love this this deadbolt. It's pretty good for what it is that I need. So just a quick demonstration on what I got set up here. It's currently locked. I'm going to enter my code. Then hit this. And it's unlocked. And then I'll just lock it by holding a button for 2 seconds. I can use my fingerprint. The auto lock feature is pretty nice because if it's something important that I want to make sure this is locked and kept safe, the auto lock feature is pretty nice to have. So it's unlocked currently, and then I'll come back here in a little bit and it'll be locked. There went my auto lock. So just to recap, the whole install and setup went pretty smooth. I am very happy with this thing. It's always gotten my fingerprint correct. Let's see what happens when I don't use the correct finger. Oh, doesn't like that. But it's always read my finger perfect. This thing is awesome. I love it. Now I just got to get these tamper-proof hinges put on. While I was away, it auto-locked on me. Read my finger perfectly. And then now I'm going to take these hinges out one at a time and swap them out with these. That was an easy swap. And they look good. I'm just going to do that to the other two. No need for you to watch me do that. There's my stainless steel tamper-proof hinges. Looking good. All done and very happy, and I was able to do it all while the kids were at school. So the door lock kit came with a couple extra screws here for mounting this to that bracket if you lose those screws. And then the door hinges came with some extra screws, and you got this pin here in case you need to reset your door lock. Push on that button to reset it. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. And if you want to connect with me, I have a public group on MeWe called Share Your Trade, and on Instagram. Links will be in the description. Thanks for watching.